Hello there, and the story ninjas in the house. Listening ninjas. And of course, yes, it's story time. So go and fetch a few of your bigger people at home. I'm sure they'll enjoy this one too. The four little pigs, you said? Quite right. I know about the three little pigs, and I know many of you have heard about the three little pigs, perhaps at school and from somebody at home. But this one has a little twist. Our story has been written by Kimara Nye, illustrated by Marcin Bruchnalski. Well, right, let's find out what happens in the Four Little Pigs, because definitely something different. Well, let's see who's in it. Well, let's meet Tom. Tom's granny Mag doesn't bake cakes or hold tea parties. She's a witch with a pointy hat, a cat, and a magic broom. And whenever Tom stays with her, something magical happens. One night, Granny Mag sat down to read Tom a bedtime story. What do you think happens in the story? Shall we find out? Well, once upon a time, there were three little pigs, she began. I know that story, said Tom. It's boring. Was there the three little pigs before? Is it ever boring? Well, maybe we can make it just a little bit interesting and more exciting, said Granny Mag, with a mischievous smile. Transport Tom with this magic spell into the story that he knows so well. Whoa! Tom's in the middle of the three little pigs. Well, he landed beside three houses. One was made of, I know you know, one was made of straw, yes. One was made of twigs or sticks, and one was made of bricks. Quite right. That's the story that I know. Oh! Tom felt his face and said, I'm a pig. Oh my gosh. Granny Mag's cast me into the story. I must warn the three little pigs about that big, bad wolf. Are you ready to help, Tom? Great. The pig in the house of straw was making tea. We have to leave, said Tom. The wolf is humming. Do you think that the little pig knows about the wolf? Ah, don't worry, said the little pig. He can't get into my house. Suddenly someone pounded on the door. Little pig, let me in, the wolf bellowed. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, said the little pig. That sounds like the story I know. Ah, then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down, roared the wolf. But as he took a deep breath, let's see what happens. Tom grabs a pepper pot and throws it in the wolf's direction. Achoo! The wolf sneezed and spluttered. Fine, he growled. I'll get your brothers instead. You didn't see that one coming, did you? Well, we have to warn my brothers, cried the little pig. But the pig in the house of twigs didn't believe that the wolf would hurt them. Of course not. The wolf can't blow my house down, he said. Tom replied, oh yes, he can, but we have a plan. Are you ready for this plan? Well, after some research, the wolf decided to try being polite, not being so gruff. He knocked gently on the door of the house of twigs. Dear little piggy, please let me in. It's open, called a voice, and grinning, the wolf opened the door and stepped in. Surprises, surprises, I think. But Tom and the little pigs had smeared soap on the floor. Slippery soap. The wolf skidded across the room. Tom and the little pigs ran to the house of bricks. Wait! Cried the wolf. Was this supposed to happen? Oh no. The wolf skidded and landed on his bottom with a great big kaplomp and a whoosh. Well, the wolf chased them all the way to the house of bricks. "Let me in," he howled. Do you think they are prepared for him? But this time, let's see, Tom knew that they were safe. Or what do you think? "You'll blow the house in?" "Hey, that's my line," said the wolf. So he huffed and he puffed. But no, he couldn't blow the house in. The 4 little pigs danced around with joy, but then they heard footsteps up on the roof. "Oh no!" cried Tom, and he remembered the chimney. Oh goodness, what next? The sooty wolf landed in the fireplace with a thump. Tom grabbed a fire poker. "I'm not afraid of you," he shouted. "You just a bully." Suddenly, the wolf looked all fed up. What's happening? This is his story." "I've had enough," he said. "I'm hungry, and I'm tired, and I'm sooty and messy." And he had to think. "I'm going off to Little Red Riding's." Is it Little Red Riding? Remind me, guys. Little Red Riding Hood's house, because she makes great cookies. And as the wolf ran away, Tom turned to the 3 little pigs. "Shoo! I think they are all relieved. The wolf is gone." And they lived happily ever after. Well, Tom felt Granny's magic swirl around him. And a few moments later, where do you think Tom was? Back in bed. Granny Mag smiled and asked, "So, was that a boring story?" "Of course not, Granny Mag." "Could we read Little Red Riding Hood next week?" he asked. "I hear her cookies are great." "Well, maybe even tomorrow," laughed Granny Mag. As Granny Mag said goodnight, Tom looked down at the book. What had happened? Something had changed. It was no longer the 3 little pigs, but the 4 little pigs. Ah, Tom thought, I love having a witch for a granny. And good night, Granny Mag. So sometimes we can use our imaginations, just like Granny Mag and Tom, and we can become a part of the story. We can make it our own. So go out there and be inspired to be adventurous and use your imaginations and take something old and turn it into something new. So until next time, goodbye.